morning, children. How are you today, huh? I am having to pay what I'm beginning to suspect is a series of terrible 1989 text-based erotic adventures. I'm a simple man, and I just don't find text erotic really ever. You know, you can't write me to horny unless, like, you know, they're messages from a woman who is about to sleep with me. That works, but that's not the words, you know? It does not words by themselves ain't gonna cut the mustard. But I don't know, I suppose. Whatever floats your boat. Just seems weird to me. I mean, especially, it's like, alright, 1989. You know, you gotta go to a store or some shit to see boobs. That just seems like a fucking hassle. I gotta go to the boob theater. Oh, fuck me. Alright. Going, we connected. Just pushed something. Is it working? It should be fine. Oh, double fuck. Something about the house being cut off just there is just very funny to me. Horhoose. Okay. Chauncey. This game may not be suitable for anyone under 18 years of age or those that believe that sex is dirty rather than fun. No, I don't want instructions. Oops, that's on me. Dear Chauncey, sorry I left without waking you, but I was arrested this morning. You know why. Wouldn't I have been arrested too? I mean, when did you get arrested? I'm glad to know that I was the only one able to make you come. No. I'm gonna call that there. How you doing? Alright. Making sure my thing is off so I don't get fucking interrupted. Okay. I don't. I was about to say, I think this might have graphics. Which, in some ways is better, and in other ways is much, much worse. Make checks payable to Robert Roberts. I don't know if that's... Okay, so I've got sexual tension. What am I doing here? Are these rooms? What the... Oh, at least it's got controller support. Okay. Well... Okay. I do kind of want to see what happens here. There's, you know... There's... Something's being built. I wasn't expecting Patricia Arquette to be here. Can I talk to her? Can I do anything? Can I say something? Okay, let's pause. Okay, pick up keys, condoms, and specs just by running over them. If you have the key to a door, it will open when you hit it. Keep your sexual tension below the lethal level by screwing girls. But the more times you screw a girl... How do I screw? Wait, damn it, what did that say? I wasn't looking. I must have condoms to screw. Okay. Well, I mean that... I thought there might be some kind of penalty for screwing without them, though, you know, like... Alright. So I died of sexual tension. My balls done exploded. Okay, I've got condoms. I fucking... I expect to at least be able to screw in the screw game. Screw. Keyboard insert. You know what? Alright, fair play, that's on me. Oh. Why? Like, why finish that, you know? I think this is the sequel. They both came out in the same year, so it's hard to figure, but this one has, like, I think an extra 6 kilobytes of material in it, so... Oh boy. Or not. I think this is worse. By a lot. I hate that the first one we played was like Super Madam Chung's Palace of Pleasure. I mean, it was an upgrade. To have the power of someone who doesn't seem to have a gland that says, no, that idea is stupid, or this is dumb, or stop what you're doing. Well, enough screaming around a brothel. It's time for some football! What's that? 95, 96, 97. I feel like we should play the 96 first. I don't like starting at the better one, because then there's just nowhere to go, you know? Even if the fucking later one is worse in some measurable way, I need some kind of logical, you know, progression, otherwise it's just nonsense. John Madden. Hopefully we can just run it. They force me to configure drivers. For high quality digital audio with your Sound Blaster 16. Hell yeah, baby. High quality. Just do it order. Whatever. Okay, cool. It was also just like, there's a, you know, there was a better reason for there to be yearly fucking iterations of a game when you couldn't, like, update that game over the internet, you know? Oh, fucking... Alright. Come on! I mean, look, the only good fucking NFL games are like NFL Street anyway, like the Midway Blitz ones. You know, the ones where shit's kinda nuts. There we go. The Niffle. Mark Henry's wrestling career. He was really fucking game. You know, like, I think, like...
EA Sports. It's in the game.
The World's Strongest Slam was a terrible finisher. I feel like they could have done something better there. Like, I don't know why they didn't give him something like the Running Power Slam, you know? Like, that's a little bit more visually dynamic. But, like, he's, you know... Because they were trying to get rid of him. They signed him to a big money contract, and he just wasn't very good. And then they were trying to... but he was just gay. Like, he'd just do stuff. He'd commit. And it was... You know, that's like a big part of wrestling. It's just fucking overcommit to your stupid thing. I mean, look at fucking Undertaker. Okay. Salad toss. No wind. Okay. Am I supposed to click on any of this? Do I need to? Alright. You're not. Do I click on coin toss? Nope. Alright, so the 49ers are the orange guys, and I think that's who I am. Oh, wait, oh, okay, so I found the camera controls, that's pretty good. Alright, so am I, oh, okay, I'm just doing this with the fucking mouse, that's wild. Okay. I might just fucking double check some shit here, because I was not expecting to control kickoff with the mouse. Alright, so yeah, up, down, left, right. A, B. Stop the game from going on because fucking, you know, that's 80% of this fucking thing. Where am I little... How do I tackle? I feel like I should be tackling. Oh, my arm! It doesn't feel like it's going fast, but it also doesn't feel like they should be, like, fucking, you know, moving like that, you know? For Christ, man, I don't know what this bullshit is, you know? How do I... No, I don't care. I mean, I could have the same fun just gluing a little fucking, you know, seed to an ant. I feel like that isn't running exactly correctly, but I just don't fucking care. It ain't NFL Street. I mean, I do feel like that game was limited. Was Bulldog still around? I suppose he was at the very start of Henry's career, but he was dead pretty, you know, pretty swift into it. Like, they could, like, I mean, it's still today, you know, there's just a bunch of moves that are just, you know, relatively simple that they just don't sort of use. I mean, it's probably going to be better now with, like, McMahon fucking, you know, gone. So far. I mean, it depends on what you mean by the best. Like, some of the old guys were interesting. Like, you know, Dusty Rhodes had a normal speaking voice. that's not what he sounds like when he's talking. There's like a few clips where you can kind of see him get caught having a regular conversation, and then the second he sees the camera, it's just immediately the fucking lisp comes in and it gets, he becomes fucking dusty. So there is that, there is that old timer ability to just be on, you know. A bit like fucking, what's his name? Gilbert Gottfried. He doesn't talk like that normally. Otherwise, I mean, I feel like, you got to measure it in terms of, like, how much you can do with what you're given. And there's going to be some weird variation in that, I think the one that comes to mind immediately, Damien Sandow, like, was able to get lemonade out of some fucking miserable lemons by just leaning the fuck into it. Like, him as Mrs. Stuntman was gold, and it was off the back of him. Like, he just, okay, and then just went at it. I mean, if you're talking, like, sort of more broadly historically, like, The Undertaker, especially if you're, like, born into a world where just The Undertaker was an established thing, like, it was ridiculous. Like, The Undertaker is exactly a stupid piece of Vince McMahon nonsense. But, like, right guy. Leaned into it, didn't fucking drop the fucking gimmick. And it helped that Taker was also a pretty fucking agile big dude. It, like, really helped fucking Undertaker stand out. Like, if Undertaker moved like any of the other fucking, lummox robots, we would have gone nowhere. But I mean, man, when you see him do the flying clothesline, like even just the one in the ring, or the, the rope walk, it was just like, holy shit. When you were a little kid, it's just like, yeah, he's some kind of magical zombie. I do love Boogeyman. Boogeyman should have been on fucking Lucha Underground. That would have been perfect. Madden University. Okay. How do I make one of you the computer? There we go. Bad news, Barrett has a scar from where he was stabbed after winning a bare-knuckle boxing competition in, like, Eastern Europe. Like, he's in that category of, like, pro wrestlers who are, like, probably fairly legit fucking scary. Like, you wouldn't think it just looking at him, Like, alright. Yeah, I want to actually, like, I don't know, play. I mean, this looks a million times better, just having, like, some better fucking... Those are sprites still, but, like, I don't think I'm controlling this dude. Well, didn't I pick it up? Why would that be useful to me now? I just don't. All right, what the fuck what's going on with the controls here? I feel like I'm being teased. All right, up, down, left, right. Okay, side to side. What's your point? Okay, so button A, button B. Bunch of timeouts and shit. Blimp!
The Cowboys take a timeout.
Button A and button B don't do anything. Whatever. There are a million better ways to play a fucking John Madden if I feel like playing a John fucking Madden than arguing with the goddamn PC version. Yeah, it's something like the legit scary guys are always. It's that fucking thing of like fucking, you know. It's one of the things that drives me nuts about a lot of pro wrestling is like, but well, when you a lot of pro wrestling, the fucking, Vince McMahon idea of it, where it's got to be some fucking roid freak to look scary, and it's like, look at like some legit scary cunts, like Alexander Emelianenko looks like fucking Scott Pilgrim on meth, and you know, I don't want to fight him. I don't want to fight like fucking young fucking Alexander. Fucking, I don't know if he could take damage. And again, you look at him. You look at him in some of those fucking fights where he's got like no body. He looks tired. It's like if you ever like, it's so like if you ever actually train or ever actually get your ass kicked or really give a shit about any of this, there are things to look for, and like roid body is just not one of them. Roid body is almost a solid guarantee if you're even remotely competent, you're probably going to be able to beat the shit out of that dude. The prequel to Madman. Yeah, like seriously, go and like bear in mind Fedor Emelianenko, who was like a fucking early MMA murderer, referred to Alexander as the scary one. Like he was like he's better than me. And it's like what the fuck, man. I'm not comfortable with the sentence Dr. Dungeon presents. I'll regret this. Da, 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 da. Okay. All right. My sister Miula stole my face. Like this I just feel like something really weird is about to like fucking hit me, and I can't be comfortable until I know what it is. What? I wanted to commit suicide. So I put on my fursuit. So it's just zapping me with lightning. You aren't dodging them, it's just hitting you. Why am I watching any of this? This is deranged. Why is it called Madman? Why is it about a topless redhead? Why is that topless redhead some kind of... I mean, do I get, like, turned into a topless redhead? Is that what this is about? I gotta get my testicles back or some shit? I found that fucking spring from Ranma. I mean, that looks like just one of those, like, oceanic garbage patches. Knuckles and forearms are usually generally what you want to look for. ears as well. They've got really cauliflowered ears. They're at least going to be able to do something to you. That explained nothing. Why would there be a character creator when there's meant to be a narrative? What the fuck is going on? Why am I Becky? This feels like a game where, like, someone made it and then someone else decided to do, you know, the controls for it, or the story for it, and they just didn't communicate. Alright, that's too slow. No, that's too slow. It's a bit too quick still. Like, she has massive jugs. It feels like a sex game, but like someone de-sexed it. I mean, if nothing else, there's a fantastic sense of mystery. Largely developed accidentally, and I don't think, you know. Alright, what's that? Can I look at that? Grass. Okay. Weapons master. Alright. Like massive tits. What the fuck's that about? Hey, where am I? Okay. Thanks, bud. What's that? Document. Can I look at it? Can I read it? I'd like to see the document, please. Like, the look on her face is just great, too. It's like her best friend just told her that someone she hates is coming to, like, the girls' night out. Out of the fucking way! I love, just never let NPCs block me. You know, I don't care if you've got, like, if you've got a sophisticated moving around animation, great. If you don't, I don't fucking care. Letting me pass through somebody is less distracting from the game than being stuck because an NPC is, like, just fucking bumbling around. What's this thing? Oh, gold coins. Can I have one? Where's... Alright. Hand. Alright. Got me a goldie. This feels like a trap, but I'm going to take it anyway. Alright. I just realized I'm not like fucking... Alright, there we go. Aha! This is weird. I still feel like something is gonna happen, but I just don't care. Like, it's just too... That's just too much hassle to fucking push through. Why any of that? Yeah, I'm not keeping that. It's weird, but it's also not good. Like, that opening cutscene had nothing to do with anything. That, if it just made my ability to interact with that game worse. Welcome to the Mad Maze. It really, yeah, like, I kept waiting for, like, you know, oh, you gotta want a sword, well, you're gonna have to play the penis-sucking game. It's like, okay. I knew it would come to this. Oh. Look at that. No, fuck you. Move, man. Okay. Alright. Don't know what that did. I mean, it's funny, because in a lot of ways, I feel like that was like all of, you know, first-person shooter stage design. Just, you know, like the fucking blast assist version of it. That is one problem with playing some, like, retro, you know, FPS games. And particularly, like, I mean, it's not so bad with a lot of the modern Doom mods, but, like, there was just a time where being a baffling ordeal to navigate was just legitimate game design. And not just stupid bullshit. To hell and beyond. Like hell's hell? Is this where, like, fucking Chatterer went in the recent Hellraiser? You're going to super hell. Tell you what I will do, though. If there's going to be 3 whole Ds, I had better turn the fucking performance up above fucking 386. Maddox Games. Get Revanced Manager. I mean, I don't know where you're seeing it. If you're seeing it on, like, a computer. Alright, now see, look at this. Then get ad blocks. If you're seeing it on, like, I mean, I don't know. If you got an iPhone, I don't know what's wrong with you. If you're seeing it on Android, download Revanced. Like, look into Revanced Manager. It lets you patch ads out of these apps. Hotkeys, weapons, krakens, signs of krakens. What's a kraken? Mechanic robot. Engineer modification. Okay. Tortoid. Like, look, let's not fucking, okay. So how I'd like to play the video game. Ah, there we are, okay. Escape is start, which I just don't agree with. Yeah, we'll start easy. You know, no, you don't do the challenge run straight away, you know? Because I am fucking allergic to advertising. I don't want to see it. It just makes me angry. It doesn't work. Fire left, fire right. Okay. Oh, hell yeah. We're gonna get taught dancing by these guys. Alright. Okay. The Kirkops lost their base. Did they lose their dancing? I'm on an elevator or I'm falling down a hole. Alright. I mean, on the plus side at least, this feels like the basic level of controls are working. I gotta invert the fucking look, but, you know. So far, so good. I don't know what that is. Ah, that's better. I mean, you know, I think that's some kind of health. Turns a little slow, but, you know, what are you gonna do? I think that's some kind of health again. Oh, oh, oh. Die, die! I mean, it's not exactly fucking, you know, gonna blow the fucking, you know, sound design award judges out of the fucking water, but, like, look, you know. In terms of, like, you know, knockoffs, it's like, alright. Yeah. It's functional, which is the most you can ask for with a lot of these things. The enemy design is strange, but distinct. Ouch. You know, I'm not opposed to the physical knockback on the fucking hits. I feel like some of the design issues come into play, though, when, like, you know, I don't know what's a fucking power-up and what's, like, I don't know, something I'm supposed to fucking shoot sometimes. Like, I'm guessing now anything on the ground that's blue and pulsating is, like, fucking a health, but that took a moment. Yeah. A novel oddity. That surely was some mad space. I gotta fucking, like... Auric Vision PC CD-ROM. There's no clue, you know? Like, there's... you know, normally I gotta, like, try and get a look at something in Cyrillic or some shit. Maelstrom. Oh. Strategy. Eh. Guess not. Not the images folder. The ultimate galactic strategy game. I like the left of the top left over there. It's just like it looks like a guy asleep on a couch. You have the tools to save the planet. Harmony. But do you have the guts? Match wits with the Syndicate. That's a lot of talk for a game that just wouldn't even, that had one thing and it wouldn't run, so, Oh, yeah, no, M's going for a while. Goodbye, Maelstrom. Mag. Shit. Damn you, Text Adventure! Strom, not Storm, so it'd be female Strom. What is your name, brave one? Beavis. That looks like Beavis. A great shield. Gold pieces. An arrow. I mean, I'm sure back in, like, the ancient times, you know, some of these could be probably fun. You know, in 1988, when you had some, I don't know, you're trying to fucking get a game to run on your father's oscillator. Mag Racer. Alright, come on. Huh. Okay, now look. There's... That says one thing. That says a very, very, very different thing. I think there are two mag races. I think something's amiss here. I honestly don't know what I'm gonna see. Either something that looks like an Eastern European fucking racing game, or something that looks like an actual racing game. Pooh. Okay. I don't want to have to, like, look, just... And there we go. Okay. Don't make me have to install it. Ah! Because that Eastern European thing looks novel, but stupid. Okay, so I'm probably going to have to install the car. Install MagRacer. Blah, 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 blah. I don't know, D. Alright. Come on. Big money, no whammy. Cunt. Ah! I like the idea of a video game that simulates what it's like to be born with, like, congenital syphilis. Alright. Grievous. Okay. Come on, Bull Duchess. What are you on about? Setup? Nope. I want to see it either of these games. Oh, Lord. Fuck it. This is annoying. You know, because this... Like, that looks like something. This also looks like something. There's two possible somethings here, and I'm getting none of them. That upsets me tremendously. I think I'll have to come back to that. I gotta figure out what the fuck's going on there. Magenta's Maze. We're gonna do whatever we can with the one color available to us. Is that a voice? Huh. A what? Algebra. How dare you? How dare you try to fucking make me do algebra? Oh, it's from 2017. That gets nothing.
You fucking baby raper!
Anyone can use like modern ideas and understandings and like shit to fucking get something to run on something ancient. Like anyone. Okay. Over 1,500 new levels for Heretic. Okay. Alright. No. Yeah, sure. WADs. Yes. I love how it's still WADs, you know? Like... Just fucking... Yes, start. Alright, don't care. I'll touch you with my stick. The elders warned you long ago of the evils you were destined to conquer. The abyss begot unearthly demons, blah blah blah. I don't know. If I'm ever gonna play like fucking... When they fucking give me like a gameplay overhaul, like... You know... Project Brutality or something for fucking... You know, the heretics and whatnot. That I'll have a look at. But it's just that old first-person shooter thing where it's just hit scan. It's just really boring. Magic boxes! IBM conversion by John Romero. It's back in WAD form. Oh, I guarantee the WADs, they'll be on the same fucking forum that they were originally posted to and being maintained. Like, you still get fucking Doom WADs that way. This is another maths thing, isn't it? Magic Boy! This is an Amiga game. You can just tell. Little Hewlett is top of his class at sorcery school. This actually, I mean, this does have 4/5 of a chance of at least being fucking playable though, so... Yeah, Doom World. It still looks like it's designed to be loaded on a dial-up modem too. That's a great thing about it. Ain't changed. Are those enemies or friends? No, you can't make your enemies that I'm supposed to be zapping look too nice, you know? Sandland! What are the fucking odds? Alright. You know, like, I feel like I'm chasing that guy. Alright, maybe I'm like, Okay, I got him in my magic bag. And I don't know, threw him away. This feels like there's elements of, Why can't I... I got you in me magic bag! This is a weird game. It's like a combination of fucking Snow Brothers and, oh, Kid Icarus. Where's my fucking thing only go up? I mean, that's, you know, not... How do I fix that? I supposed to, like... Okay. Fuck you, give me that shit. Oh, I can't touch water. You know, like every one of these weird fucking British Amiga looking motherfuckers, it's like... I get why that would have been a lot of fun if you were living in, like, Thatcher's England. You know, that's probably the most colour you'd ever seen. There's just always some weird design choice that stops it from being, like, you know, actual fun. Okay, an entire series of the magic candle. That's a neat little cover. The pictures tell the story. Full perspective views in the towns, castles, and dungeons. Characters who stand up, sit down, swing the swords. I love that stand up and sit down are like the two. You know, okay. Sit the fuck down, okay? Are you sitting down? Our characters can do that too. Some Doom mods are like really fucking really legitimately good. Like if you get like some of the modern like WODs and pair it with like fucking whatever that fucking shit's called, like Project Brutality, you have a really fun modern game. Like really fun. Garva! Minecraft. Not to be confused with. Okay. Alright, nope, steady on there. Let's go new. Alright, let's push A for new. Alright, let's push A for easy. In Legends, the leader of the heroes is known as Lucas, okay? Do you want to rename him? Nah, that's fine. We'll leave Lucas. Behold Lucas! King Rebnard awaits you. Okay. Error 256. Well, fuck. Yeah, the Aliens one isn't bad. It doesn't have any integration with the sort of the modern gameplay mods though, which is sort of a bummer. Because like again, if you play like either, you know, Project Brutality or Brutal Doom, like the most recent Brutal Doom, it's really hard to go back because the shooting is just so much better. Like you can hit things in the head and in the leg. You can, you know, you blast things with shotguns and they bounce and roll away, but like in pixels. You know, like, there's lots of effort's been put into it, and it's playing the old ways, just not fun. Goodbye, Magic Candle. Magic Candle 2. Oh. Is that dragon peeking at tits using his fucking goddamn... Oh, no, it's a screaming beard. Okay, I got that wrong. Lose yourself in the role-playing intrigue. Enter the survival horror. I wonder if this one will at least fucking work. I really wish the digitized cutscenes the 3DO Doom was supposed to have got done. That's the only fucking thing I want out of that, because there's a few snapshots of it, and I really want those cutscenes. Yeah, like, the guy who got the fucking contract to do the 3DO Doom port is an amazing story, because it's just some dipshit. Like, legit didn't know how fucking... He thought you could just, like, it was basically, like, just copy-paste. Like, you just had to put, like, a fucking disk in a different thing, almost. And so there was one girl who had to do the code, and she literally just had to fucking, like, scratch code Doom for the 3DO from nothing. in like it was like I swear it was like memory says it was like a couple of weeks, something ridiculous. Okay, you see how there that doesn't look like a beard, you know, that looks like a semi-naked woman. All right, fuck you, you fucking candle, you. Not a lot of magic in the magic section. Oh, it's magic carpet. Fuck. I imagine that being your day at work, you know? Just finding that out. I do want to look that knob up and see where he went and what he did. Probably went on to great success, tragically. I mean, if there's any justice, he'll just be getting dragged behind a steamroller that's been left in gear. Alright, look. Okay. I'm not referring to my game book. The trees are dying and the plants are withering away. Queen Alicia calls Anus to the throne room. We are worried about this blight, Anus. Alright, where's some fucking gameplay? Alright, who are these cunts? Okay, got 8 volunteers. Fantastic. Okay. Sure. Alright. Okay. I don't care. I mean, look, credit where it's due. You could transfer, like, your fucking, you know, characters from the first one, which I do appreciate. I think that, you know, I respect that. I'm sure if I genuinely had nothing to do, you know, it might be interesting. I don't want to go through all this effort just to get, you know, one of these games. And the thing is, that's the same fucking game, basically, as that weird fucking topless woman game. You know? Where you got the mouse and you kind of move it around. I really don't like that means of interacting either. Like, mouse dragging a top-down game is just such an awkward, unpleasant way to play. Yeah, you could, like, you know, Magic Candle 2 let you load your Magic Candle 1 save, and Magic Candle 3 let you load your Magic Candle 2 save. I still, like, I have my fucking save file from Witcher 1 that I carried over to Witcher 2, that I carried over to Witcher 3, and I've just got that save file on, like, you know, various, like, two separate storage fucking things. Because I'm not losing that. Okay, Magic Carpet Plus, and then Magic Carpet 2 The Netherworld. I'm assuming Magic Carpet Plus is like a version of the first one, so we'll start there. Okay. This does not even ring a bell. My coffee. Magikarp. I choose you. See, that's nice. Someone played this and like fucking... I mean, why would you pick it then, though? You know? Wait. What'd that say? Alright, Magic Carpet. Alright. The land of the Aang. Do I then click on this? Is Pro better than the 16? Like, I don't fucking... You know? I don't know. I mean, yeah, okay, like, just let me fucking... I don't know, like, okay? Just let me skip this. Oh, what the shit? Your joystick, your fucking 90s VR helmet. Oh, doesn't even ring a bell to me. Yep, there we go. That's a book.
In its infancy,
I thought it
the
was a
whole
carpet.
of creation glimmered against the dark void. But one place in the universe outshone all others, for it glowed brilliantly with a magical energy known as mana. The world was eventually discovered, and the first pioneers settled the land. The people dedicated their lives to separating mana from nature in order to command its powers. However, after centuries of fruitfulness, the land was rendered barren by man's insatiable greed. Fierce competition between wizards degenerated into war, great creatures being summoned to do their creator's bidding in the ensuing struggle. But the life breathed into these creatures was charged with evil, and the beasts turned against their masters. Fearing
You
for his
just
life,
got magic
a foolish
Skynet,
wizard
son.
and his young apprentice prepared a spell, hoping to scatter his opponents to oblivion. But the power of the spell was greater than even he could have foreseen.
This feels like the start of
whole world
Wishmaster.
shook with a mighty earthquake, in which the wizard himself perished, leaving his apprentice with the arduous task of restoring the world to equilibrium. Do not be disheartened. You must return the realm to nature's order.
Okay. Smooth. Uh-oh. Oh, fuck yeah. It feels like it's running a bit fast, but okay. Feels like Panzer Dragoon Cop. What's that gonna hurt? I mean, that just feels like a bit much. Yeah, so that's... I'd have just gone with fucking Hadouken. You don't need to, like, make a volcano, because I feel like that's gonna cause more disruption than... Really, the dragon. The volcano's still there. Clean up your magic volcano, you cunt. Don't feel like my globe should be spinning that fast. Alright, can we... okay, whatever. Okay, that's exit. Start. Alright, the mouse was a mistake. And I'm annoyed auto doesn't fucking fix that. Like, that's irritating. Alright. I've got like some... I can't seem to look left and right though. That's a bit of a struggle. Move forward, back, left, right. Okay. Fire. Okay, great. Pause. Alright. Leave the world. Alright. In-game menu, in-game menu. Fire is to stop it as well. Access spells, fire. I really don't want to have to use the mouse to look left or right, you know? But I think I'm stuck with that, like. fix that? I mean, can I at least... How do I go up and down? There we go. Look at the little people down there. I'm on a carpet. Fuck you. Like, if mouse look like... Oh, God. If I could fix that, we'd be somewhere, you know. Alright, what's going on this side? Faster. Go, carpet. Alright, that looks like something. Who's fucking... Ah, you fucking rude. Alright. That... I need to fix the controls on that, but there is, at least, there's something functional there. I can't... the fucking... Trying to carpet my way around with the mouse. At least if the fucking mouse click buttons were shoot, I'd be like, okay, there's probably something I can work out here. I have to fix that, though. God, look at that CG. I don't know, it felt kind of smooth the way I was playing it there. I mean, the problem is I'd have to literally look up like a YouTube video of it actually running in order to get an idea of how fast it's supposed to go. You know? Okay, press R during gameplay, because I want the fucking high-res mode. Setting up levels, alright. Yeah, like, I mean, the thing is, with it should be conceptually possible to do a twin stick mode just within the controls. Click here to change language setting. I don't want to do that. Okay, there we go. Alright. Some kind of... It's still, like... How is it not able to figure out how fast I want it to go? This is a real game. You know? This isn't just some weird shit. You don't need to do that. So, alright, let me explain how this shit works. So... One thing, I largely avoid doing it because it's slow and pointless. So, okay, so I have a controller. That controller is mapped, first of all, in Retroarch here. Okay, so this is where you map it for what Retroarch is thinking you're doing. You know, it's in fucking this thing. I don't want to go in and fiddle with it now, though, because, you know, you don't want to do that. So, this is where you map this controller to what fucking... you know, Retroarch is, and it lets you control, like, the menu, and that's where you get all of that stuff. Then when you're playing an actual game, you have to go in, like, you know, depending, give or take. It has a lot of auto, like, it does a lot of this automatically these days, but, you know, generally you got to go in, then you got port 1 controls. Now, up here where it says device type, because this is not running on a computer, it is running on a hypothetical computer, you can decide what gets plugged in. So, a lot of them have an automatic pad mapper, and usually that works. Like, a lot of the time, you know, jump and shit, that's all there. But you can just go generic keyboard. You can map any fucking thing on this to be any form of keyboard press. You can do mouse with left analog, mouse with right analog, a gamepad, 2-button joysticks, thrustmaster flight stick, 2 DOS joysticks for some reason, completely custom keyboard bindings. You do not need to do anything externally because nothing is happening externally. The only difficulty you can run into is anything that's internal to the fucking game. I mean, like, yeah. Because as far as the running game is concerned, this thing here, this device type, that's all that's occurring. And nothing outside of this exists. Okay, where's the ancient city of Joel? Johal. Where is that? Is that it here? Oh, yes it is. I don't know. I don't know if the sound's deciding to show up or not. See, now this feels like it's running slowly. I don't want help mode. Actually, where's high res mode? Give me that shit. Fly toward my beacon. Touch my beacon. Touch it. Alright, there we are. Let's fucking automatic this shit. I don't fucking... Whoop, whoop. Okay, still not getting any... still fucking mouse. Like, so I could probably fix this. It's probably a combination of, like, maybe going into the game options, fiddling with it. That might be necessary. Deciding, like, you know, because sometimes, you know, the game may just say, we expect the mouse to control something. And then you've got to, like, say you want, like, fucking, you know, the right thumbstick to be mouse. Well, then you got to go into the thing where it says, like, mouse and keyboard, and you can map then, like, you know, right arrow, right thumbstick to be, like, mouse down or mouse forward, you know, mouse forward and back, like that kind of thing. And then you've got, basically, you'll have managed to map it. Now, that can be a bit finicky. You might have to tinker with it a little bit to get it to, you know, feel smooth or functional, but, like, that's an option. It's just, doing that is fucking painfully boring. Yeah, I think Magic Carpet 2's automatic run works properly. I don't know. These do seem like interesting. I just, you know, they require a lot of fucking setup, and I'm just not doing that. Well, you got a breaker, right? Magic crayon. Ah, okay. Well, that's a tomorrow problem. You little shits. Too many people telling me about how controls work in this or how to fix the controls. It's like, none of that works. It's not the problem. That Magic Crayon game does not look good. I don't think there's very much magic about those fucking crayons. I wouldn't want a child to have access to magic crayons. That just seems dangerous. Little balls of id. Yeah, there are so there are some games that you know where you may have to change also internal mapping within the game. You know, so like I had this with Time Slaughter, where player 1's hard kick was also for some baffling reason player 2's like light kick. I don't know why. And so external mapping won't fix that. So if I, you know, try to set like, you know, my, you know, right button to hard kick, you know, that works for me if I'm playing by myself. But if I want to play two-player, that just means that like both of our right buttons are going to be both of our, like when I push right, you know, hard kick, player 2 gets hard kick as well. So in that situation, you have to go into the actual game's options and tell it, no, I don't want fucking, you know, what, D or fucking L or whatever the fuck it was to be hard kick because, for player 2, because that's fucking stupid. I have heard that there are things that are just kind of like fucked and would need like, almost like a fucking hack or a mod to fix. I haven't interacted with any of that, and it's something I've only read in passing, so I don't know if it's still really an issue. But in general, particularly when you're talking about like DOSBOX Pure, there are a lot of solutions. The only things you might run into are where it's just not in the game. You know, like you can have that with a few first-person shooters and stuff like that. When trying to get them to work like twin stick, it can be a little awkward. You run into it a bit, probably most noticeably with tickety-tick, like early 3D console FPS games. Like, I kind of had an issue with it with Exhumed, where you can kind of get twin stick in that like left and like look left and look right and strafe left and straight right are separate buttons within the game logic. But look up and look down aren't. There's no button for look up, there's no button for look down. There's hold a button and then push something to look up. And it is possible to get like macros and stuff sometimes, but it's just not always feasible within like just the basic options of Retroarch. It's like one of Retroarch's big sort of issues in how it handles controls versus something like MAME is it won't let you just map macros. Like anything that's two presses of anything, it won't let you map that to a single button function. It kind of has, like, it can be added, but it has to be added at a much, like, you have to kind of code it into how the core works. So you'll see some, like a Final Burn Neo, the core that is generally quicker to use if you're playing it on any kind of very weak system, or like an Android or something like that, for, you know, arcade games. For Neo Geo games, it has some button combinations hard-coded in, so you can set, you know, right button to be AB, or, you know, A, B, C, or B, C, D. But there are just some that aren't there. Like, BC's not there. And that's kind of annoying. Because there are a few games that need, like, you know, A, D, and B, C mapped. Whereas, like, with, you know, with MAME, you just go, I want this to be this. And you can fucking set anything. Which can be a bit annoying when sometimes if you're trying to map, like, a light gun. Because if you're there trying to shoot while you're pressing something, if the thing jiggles a little bit, it'll go, oh, you're wiggling the fucking mouse around, so you want like fucking mouse Y plus to be shoot. It's like, no, I don't want that. So you gotta like delete it and start again. But yeah, like again, it's one of those situations where like 90% of the time it's fine. You don't have to worry. But like just there's always these weird edge cases, and that's like edge cases is where kind of the lumbering slowness of Retroarch kind of becomes a fucking issue. But just most of the time it's fine. Magic Crayon? Like, I'm assuming it's not that Magic Crayon, right? Like, there's something else called Magic Crayon that was like some kind of kid's book I'm figuring. Alright, what day is it? Wednesday. Middle of the week. Nothing to do. No concerns. No thoughts. Nothing. Last episode of X-Men 97. Damn it. No business being as good as it was. Now I'm going to miss it. Alright. Let's see. Amber says apparently the podcast is rescuable. Hopefully. Hopefully that'll be up at some point. I don't know. Mail the bitch a brick. Feel free to harass her sometimes about this shit. Like, you don't always have to come pester me. You know. Sometimes strangers can be harder to ignore. That's probably about it. Probably should put some thought into what kind of weird game we're doing on Subscriber Saturday. Watch the Crow Country, you know, if you haven't. Unless you want to play it, in which case go buy and play Crow Country. I do recommend. That gets my highest review of Don't Pirate. Because I feel like they've actually earned their money. Yeah, I kind of want to, you know, make Amber finish the Bioshock playthrough. Because I do like the reveal in that first one, you know. Oh, that was what really made the game stand out. Aside from, like, what were at the time really impressive graphics. You know. It's like, it's being fucked with this whole time. My God. So, yeah. Feel free to harass her over various social media. It's a strong reveal because it never tips its hand ever. And it's an exemplar of how to do a twist. The entire time you're playing the game, it is perfectly normal in any of these games to be, you know, given instructions and go. That's how games work. Do this, okay, and then you fucking, you know, the level progresses. There's, you know, nothing unimaginable about that. And the phrasing is like not something anyone would suspect because it's set in like this weird kind of alternate history with a bunch of, 1920s characters. And so anybody is just going to sit there and just assume like, oh, okay, yeah, it's just how this guy talks. And so the reveal recontextualizes everything that you've been experiencing. It doesn't change anything, it doesn't alter anything, it doesn't clash with anything. And there was never, like, the best way to do a twist, don't tell anybody there is one. Because if you do, it's fairly, you'll be able to fucking nut it out. I nearly got into a legitimate argument with a girlfriend once because we were watching Black Books, and because no, not Black Books, Black Mirror, and because I'm so fucking familiar with, like, genre and twists, I was like picking. I picked, like, there's like one with John Hamm in it, or two with John Hamm in it or something. He's like in one and then in another, and I picked what the big reveal was like 5 minutes in. And she was so sure I'd looked it up and was lying to her. It's like, look, it's a finite space with a finite amount of information in it, and if it's like, if it's a way twist-based like fucking story, you find the thing and then you just take the opposite fucking direction. And again, these are fucking, if you're familiar with the fucking genres, these things get pretty fucking predictable. Yeah, I hate twist for the sake of twist. Like, again, it's not hard. The easiest way to do it is just pretend there isn't one. The whole thing, act like there's no twist. And it's piece of fucking piss. If you're like, ooh, is there a twist? Like, that gives it away in a fucking heartbeat. Don't have people thinking about that, Like, you say there's nothing up my sleeve to get people to look away from where you're doing the bullshit, Just have it. It's kind of like the background thing you got to do in a lot of stuff if you want it to fucking really fucking work. It was one of the reasons why Hereditary was very good. Most of the time it's just there's other interesting shit happening, and you're focused on that. And so many other things will do the mental illness or ghosts routine, which is, not all that interesting even when it's like fucking, even in the early days. But because you're not thinking about it really, it's there, it's established, but you're not thinking about it, can sneak up on you and actually get you. Yeah, or that's the other one too, is don't try to write something that people can't pick. Because it won't work. I mean, no one can design a puzzle that won't be beaten by an internet's worth of fucking weird autismos whose whole life fucking meaning is to break it. It's impossible. Don't bother, You want to hide something behind 8 layers of fucking equation and there's a clue in a fucking, story that only got expressed as like a Japanese fucking theatrical production that ran briefly. It's like, do what you want. It doesn't fucking matter. All you're doing is making it like, pointlessly fucking obscure. Like, things for them to be logical, they have to be predictable. That's what logic is. Like, season 2 of fucking Westworld ran into that head fucking long. I mean, among other things. I mean, pretty much. But again, it's that thing of people... The joy of a magic show is not in thinking magic's real, Like, a big part of it is the quality of the expression good, Yeah. I mean, again, it needs to be predictable to work. It's the only way this shit fucking works. If it's not predictable, you know, like any idiot can write a mystery where the killer was someone that's never seen before. Oh yeah, who was the murderer? Ah, Dave. Who? Oh, he was, yeah, you just, not so much as in a background shot. I kind of want to do that, but it'd need to be like a genuinely large budget feature film to just really annoy people. It's like, what do you mean it was just Dave? It's a problem of when people who like twists don't understand how twists work. You know, they get the delight, there's just no understanding of the machinery behind it, and so they just do shit. See, you know, everything Vince Russo's ever tried to do. Fucking brainworm idiot. Alright. Well, now that we've discussed that, make sure you fix all your twists. You know, write one story and then write another story over the top of it and then combine them to see how they fit. Okay. Remember, if you give me money, I'll make a movie where it was Dave. But now that you know that, it's going to be Steve. Shit. Well, watch my show, or I'll bash your fucking kids.